Hey friends, if you didn't want to get out of bed today, but you still know you need your stretches, why don't you get into something comfy and join me on your mat? We'll have a nice, calm, relaxing flow today. So whenever you arrive, go ahead and join me on your stomach. So you're going to let your feet splay wide as your mat and let your heels fall in towards each other if that's comfortable. You'll place your left forearm down first, and then your right arm, and gently rest your forehead down. And here, I just want you to find your breath. Make any adjustments that you might need to get more comfortable. And then allow your breath to soften. Just finding it, not needing a need to change it. And then I invite you to slowly start to deepen it. Taking longer, deeper breaths down into your belly. Really allow your stomach to expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Feeling the weight of your body on your mat as you breathe deeply. Feeling your back rising with each in-breath and falling back down with each out-breath. Okay, we've got 2 more breaths here. Really feel yourself to feel the expansion with each inhale and the contraction with each exhale. Last breath, really slow. Slower than you think you maybe ever have. Okay, after that last out breath, gently rock your forehead side to side, giving your forehead a little massage here. You're going to gently inhale and lift your neck as you remove your arms down to your sides. And gently place your right cheek on your mat. Take a breath here. And then inhale to lift your head again. And exhale to your left cheek. Full breath cycle. And then as you inhale this time, lift your head and place your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your feet together. And then let's just look over the left shoulder. And then over the right shoulder. And then exhale. Let's bring the hands back to a comfy space. Maybe now your hands rest on your forehead or underneath your forehead. And you're going to bend into both knees, bringing your feet towards the sky. And then just rotate through your ankles here, going in one direction. And then the other. Remembering to stick with your breath very gently. And then let's point and flex the toes. Just waking up through our joints this morning. Right, when you move them, keep them going, then you won't lose that mobility. But it's when we stop using them, is when we lose that. So let's go ahead and windshield wiper the knees, letting your feet drop from side to side. Just feeling your thighs maybe rotating on your mat, feeling into your hip joints. Okay, now take your feet and I want you to draw a big circle here in the air. Just go in one direction. You're going to take both feet and paint that circle behind you. Beautiful. And then when you get to the bottom, let's reverse that circle and go the opposite way. Beautiful. Then you'll extend your legs down your mat. You're going to come up onto your forearms, coming into a Sphinx pose. So here I really want you to make sure that you're not crunching into the back of your neck, right? Sometimes we have this habit of lifting the head up to look straight in front of us or up. And really what you want to do is just press into your elbows, pull out of your shoulders, and then look just in front of you, like just above your mat or the top of your mat, right? No crunching in the back of your neck here. Inhale. And exhale, look over your left shoulder again. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, look over your right shoulder. You're going to place your left forearm down or potentially stay up on it. And you're going to look behind you, bend into your right leg, and then grab your right foot. Now that might just be, you might need like a dish towel or a strap if you have one. You might just be able to grab your shin, right? Wherever you're at, just pull your foot in as close to your body as you can, just to get a deep stretch in the front of your leg here. Breathing. And then releasing on an out breath. Coming onto your right arm, bending into your left leg, and then reaching back and seeing if you can grab on, pulling your leg in as close to you as you can. Feeling that good stretch here. And then releasing on an out breath. We'll come back down to arms. And then I just want you to start to bend into your left leg and take it out to the side. We're coming into a little half frog. So your knee may be in a 90-degree angle here along with your ankle. And we're just going to breathe here, taking 3 slow breaths. Just allowing yourself to give yourself the permission to just move slowly while you tend to yourself today, right? So often do we think we have to do so much, but there's magic in slowing down and taking it easy on yourself. Right, let's go ahead and extend through the left leg, back down. And then you're going to bend into your right leg and do the same 90-degree angle here, coming into that half frog. Right, so as we really settle here, just remember that the world is hard enough. And you can be gentle with yourself. You can be kind. You can be loving and compassionate, right? You don't have to be hard just because the world is. And yes, easier said than done, right? But that's why we have yoga, to remind us of our breath, to remind us to soften, to come back to our hearts. And on your next out breath, let's extend the right leg back down. You're going to lift your head, inhale, place your hands underneath your elbows, and then you're going to press up to hands and knees. Really trying to see if you can align your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide here, okay? We're going to take some circles in the wrists. Go in one direction. And then the opposite. Okay, and then here we're going to get a little fun in the wrists today, right? So you're going to start to turn your fingers out towards the edges of your mat. And then if you can keep going, like, right, this is maybe where you're at today. And that's beautiful. Stay there. If you wanted to feel more sensation or your range of motion is bigger, then go ahead and take your fingers all the way back towards yourself. You may sink your hips down a little bit here to deepen the stretch. You might also take those little baby circles. They're probably going to be smaller than the last ones you took, but if you do, let's go in both directions. Okay, and then we're slowly going to return the hands back to normal. Let's take the back of the left hand and place it on your mat. Again, sink those hips down, maybe if you want to deepen the stretch a bit. Take a full cycle of breath. And then come back forward, place your palm on your mat, and then the back of your right hand. You can sink your hips down or stay where you're at, and one more breath. And then return your palm back to your mat. Let's tuck the toes. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Now this might be a deep enough stretch for you. You could keep your hands on the mat. You might also be able to take your hands up onto your thighs. Now, if this is like a really relaxed day, right, and you really are just like, I don't want to do anything, which we have those days, right? Come down onto your forearms. Make it a restorative little toe stretch. Right, we're just looking for that good stretch in the toes and the arches of your feet. And yes, it might be a little challenging, right? This is a good one. Not a lot of people get the feet. But wow, let's just give your feet some gratitude. Like, they take you everywhere. So it's really, really beautiful to tend to them as much as you can. Okay, you've got one more cycle of breath here. Yes, you can do hard things. And then exhale. Let's walk the fingertips back up or raise your head back up. Come into your tabletop, untuck your toes, and lovingly tap the tops of your feet. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the feet together, knees wide, and then sink your hips down and find yourself in a child's pose. Now, with the knees wide, right, our belly, our hearts are closer to the mat. You might walk your hands a little bit more forward here. Your forehead could be resting on the mat. And if you're really tight, right, and you can't sink your hips down very low, you could have a blanket underneath your hips. You could be sitting on a block, right? We can adjust things to meet us, right? We don't have to push ourselves out. I mean, yes, we have to get out of our comfort zones to grow, but we don't have to push ourselves to where it's just plain not good for you, right? Like, meet yourself with compassion and kindness. How would you treat someone you love? Would you be kind to them? Tell them nice things? Give them grace and patience? Can you do that for yourself? Can you try today? Okay, 2 more breaths here. Send them into your lower back. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's inhale. Start to lift your hips and your head. Come back onto your hands. Spread your feet apart. Your hands are going to be walked forward a little bit here now, not underneath the shoulders. I have little ant friends with me this morning, and I'm trying not to step or to squish them. So tuck your toes, and then let's lift your hips up into the sky for your downward facing dog. Take your dog for a walk, bending into one knee and then the other. And really allow yourself the time to just like rest with one heel on the ground. Take a breath and then switch over to the opposite heel coming to the ground. Really send your hips up high as you start to settle into your downward facing dog. Chin is tucked. Pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Alrighty, let's inhale. We're going to find our way to the top of the mat. Look towards your hands, and then let's crisscross baby steps. One foot in front of the other until you come up. You might be on fingertips. We're going to meet in that forward fold. Exhale to really let go. So bend into your knees. Let your stomach rest on your thighs. Take your hands to the top of your feet and inhale. Slide them up your shins, past your knees, to your thighs for a halfway lift. Your gaze is straight down. Nice strong back here. Okay, let's take a full cycle in and out. Top of your head is pressing towards the room in front of you, the wall in front of you. And then your next exhale, release. Reach back for the ground. Alrighty, inhale to come all the way up. Raise your arms above your head. Grab onto your left wrist. And then you're going to tip over to the right. Inhale back up. And switch wrists, tip over to the left. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhale, switch, go over to the right. Inhale back up. And exhale to the left. Beautiful. Inhale. And then exhale, let's forward fold. Breathe in for that half lift. And then exhale, bring your hands maybe to the mat, right? We can come onto fingertips. You're going to step your left foot back, maybe just about 2 to 3 feet. And then you're just going to see if we can keep both legs straight here. We found ourselves in a little pyramid variation. And then maybe you even start to realize that right in this right leg that's forward, it might be a little bit tight. And so we might be like really straightening out through the right knee. Can you give yourself a micro bend? I mean, just the tiniest little bend, and see if that allows you to fold a bit deeper into the stretch, right? Softening to allow more movement. Okay, coming back up. We're going to start to rotate on the left foot towards the wide side and then the right foot. You could walk your feet a little bit wider here. Let's inhale to halfway raise. And then exhale all the way back down. You're going to take your left hand to your right foot and inhale your right arm up. Reach for the sky. Exhale. Bring your right hand to your left ankle and then inhale, left arm up. And exhale down. You're going to keep this rotation going now, bringing your left foot towards the back of your mat and then your right foot. And we find ourselves in that pyramid, right? Now, you might take the feet nice and wide here if your balance is off today, right? Feet can be wide. But if we're practicing balance, we might stay with the feet a little bit closer together. Again, find that little micro bend and see if you can sink deeper. Come back to your breath. And then inhale, start to come back up. We're going to rotate again out to the wide side of the mat. Both toes turn out. Let's walk the feet even wider this time. And then exhale all the way down. Just finding your breath. Tucking your chin in towards your chest, allowing your neck the break that it deserves. And then let's bring hands to hips. Inhale, halfway raise. Exhale here. And then inhale all the way up. You're going to slide your heels in towards the mat. Toes are pointing towards the outer edges. Take a big breath in, reach up. Palms kiss. Exhale, open your hands. Cactus, bend into your knees. Goddess pose. Alrighty, let's find a breath here. Arms could be together as well. Let's inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, straighten out through your legs. Reach out high. And then exhale, hands to heart. Let's turn the right toes completely towards the front of the mat. And then step your left foot forward. Beautiful. Here, I invite you to find something that you're grateful for today. Big or small. Just allow yourself to feel that gratitude in your heart. Take a few breaths into it. And then inhale, sweep your arms high. Then exhale to forward fold. Breathe in for that half lift slide, your hands up your legs. And exhale, slide them back down. Plant your hands. Step it back onto your knees. Let's take a cat-cow here. So line the hands underneath the the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, drop your belly, send your heart forward, gaze out. Exhale to round through your spine. Chin tucks. Inhale, belly goes down, gaze goes out. Exhale, round through, gaze goes in. Take a few more of these with the pace of your own breath. And really allow yourself to feel the wave in your spine that your breath is creating. One more of each. Take them nice and slow. And then when you get into each of them, really allow yourself to take a full cycle of breath there, right? Just like hang out. Notice what the sensations feel like in that pose. And then go on to the last one. Really pushing into it as much as you can and then softening. Go ahead and cross your ankles. Start to walk your hands back. And then you might bring your hands underneath or behind your hips until you come all the way into a seat, bringing your ankles forward. And then let's go ahead and lay back down, or lay down on your back this time. Bend into your right knee. Hug it in towards your chest. And then just rock it side to side, giving your little hip a massage here. Feeling into that joint. And then inhale, hug your knee. Exhale, let it glide over to the left side of your mat as you find yourself in a twist. I like to take my right hand to my right ribs, my left hand to the outside of my right thigh. And just allow myself to feel some extra grounding. You could look over your right shoulder here if you want more sensation. Find your breath, slow it down as we come to the end of our practice. And on your next exhale, you'll hug your knee back in towards your chest. Inhale. And then exhale to extend your right leg. Your next breath out, you'll hug your left knee in towards your chest. And then again, give you that left hip a little massage, rocking it side to side. Just feeling into that joint. And then your next breath out, you'll glide your left knee over to the right side of your mat. Again, find the placement of your arms, right? Maybe they're out to a T, maybe they're cactus. You get to choose, right? That's the beauty of yoga. What feels good in your body today? Maybe you need a little bit more open-heartedness. Today, I need more grounding. Slow your breath down. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. Just breathing, just feeling. And then exhale, hug your left knee back in towards your chest. Extend. Let's bend into both knees. Bring your feet close to your hips. Hands are down to your sides. Palms down. Let's inhale. Start to lift your hips up off your mat. Coming into a bridge pose. Really feeling as if there was something between your legs. So there's a little bit of space between your knees here, but you really want to squeeze your inner thighs together. Press into your heels. Lift your hips just a little bit higher. And then on your next breath out, slowly lower back down all the way. You could hug your knees into your chest. Take both hands to your knees. Create a circle here in the knees. And reverse your circle. And then you can slowly extend both legs or come into any other final resting pose of your choice. So you could be laying on your stomach, you could be seated, you could be back on your stomach. You have the choice. Let's take just a few more breaths here as you give yourself some gratitude for showing up today, even though you didn't want to, for moving your body, for really working into your joints, and for intentionally breathing today. You just nourished every cell within your body. Allow each cell to soak up all the goodness of your practice. Take these next few moments to just check in with the effects of your practice. How are you feeling now compared to before you took this little class? Beautiful. You can pause here if you'd like to take a longer rest, which I invite you to do if you have the time. If not, we'll bring palms together, rub them, wake up the nadis, those energy points at the ends of our hands. And then you'll place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Feel the warmth radiating from your palms onto your torso. Maybe feel the tingling sensations in your palms. We'll take our final 3 breaths together today. Let's inhale, feel your stomach and your chest rise. Exhale to release. Breathe in lots of compassion. And breathe out lots of compassion. Last breath together today. Let's breathe in lots of love. And exhale out your mouth, lots of love. Beautiful. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me today in this relaxed practice. Happy breathing.